Megan, when we first got married, I require like 4 or 5 hours sleep to function. I know that shocks you because I'm full of energy when I wake up. And so I gotta be careful because that can lead to a very frustrated marriage. When you wake up like this and she ain't having it, come on somebody. So we live in the basement. Our bedroom's in the basement, and there's 2 little windows that have got curtains or something. I don't know. I don't pay attention. Something on them to keep the light out. And when I get up in the morning, the worst thing I can do is turn on all the lights. Any man that is willing to brave the truth that if you wake your spouse up before she's ready to get up, she turns into another creature. Megan's like, turn the lights off. I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. It's terrifying, man. She's so sweet and so little and so cute and beautiful, but she's terrifying in the morning. So I walk around with the lights off. Now our room is cluttered. It's full of stuff, and I'm walking around. I'm trying to see, but my eyes aren't fully awake, and I end up like stepping in stuff and falling over stuff, and it's a horrible time, right? This is kind of what Peter here is talking about. He said, you used to walk around trying to navigate life, but there's all this stuff in the way. There's all these frustrating things, and there's traps, and there's opposition, and there's struggles, and there's bills, and there's medical issues, and there's emotional struggle, and then your dog gets ran over, or whatever happened. All this stuff is in the way, and you've been trying to navigate life, but you've not been in the light. And because you've been trying to navigate life in the darkness, you keep getting caught. He says this, but not anymore. All of a sudden, it's like the light got flipped on, and I'm walking, and poof, opposition shows up, and I'm like, oh no, you don't get to slow me down anymore. Come on, somebody. All of a sudden, what used to make you angry shows up, and you're like, oh, you don't affect me no more. Come on, somebody. All of a sudden, unforgiveness shows up, and you're like, no. I received mercy, and I'm going to show mercy. All of a sudden, addiction issues show up, and you're like, oh no, not this time. I know your tricks. See, I love the fact that I and you are no longer those that walk in darkness, but we have received his marvelous light. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's what he says.